What's up, everybody? Welcome to another live stream here in the city of Miami with your host, that guy, that Miami comedy guy. Hang on, let me log into my other account so it's official. How you doing, Miami? Welcome. As promised, if you showed up to last night's live stream, I'm going on tonight to do a proper production so that we can record something official and create a podcast out of it. We're going to see what's trending in Miami right now. And if you know something or suggest something that's trending, make sure you put it on the chat so we can make this work. What's up, Poop Adundum? Where'd you get that name, bro? Oh, what's going on? Are we live? Of course. Of course. Is there lag? There's lag on my end. There we go. All right, we're live. What's up, Miami? How are you? Join live. Are we live? Hold on. I'm getting. Of course. Dual input. Of course. Is there lag? There we go. All right. I'm learning how to do this brand new setup for live streaming. I hope everybody's doing all right. We're looking what's trending in Miami, and check out my brand new setup. What do you think of the background? The last time I was doing a live stream, we were having issues trying to get some sort of professional looking VR thing. I finally figured it out, and how to put it on Instagram. We're also on YouTube. We're on Twitch. We're on, I don't know, I think we're on X. I'm not quite sure. I mean, when it comes to live streaming, anything goes, man. Everything is just one big technical obstacle after another. But lo and behold, at least based on what I can tell, we are live. So check this out. For those that don't know, the Miami Comedy Podcast is all about seeing what's trending so we can come up with some content together and finding all the people that love to laugh here locally. And last night we came up with a couple of things. Here, let me share my screen. Check out how professional this is. This is what we came up with last night. Trending restaurants in the city of Miami, top 5 reasons why either restaurants open or close. Now, it seemed like it was going to be a really good podcast, but I think that I think we could do better. Check this out. Where is it? There we go. So last night when we were doing the podcast, the unofficial version, we were looking at a couple of things that are trending according to the people of Miami. And this is a little document I pulled up for everybody to see. So we were thinking about the FIFA coming in June, the World Cup. Is that even official? Has that been announced? I didn't know about that. About how the Inter Miami still doesn't have a permit and owes $10 million. And like I was telling the guy that suggested it on the stream last night, I said, look, man, if Miami has a branding associated to anything, there needs to be some sort of scandal, scam, corruption, maybe something sex work related. Money definitely needs to be involved. If you're talking about Miami, you need to be talking about money, because it's like Miami says on the phone. What's that mean? Who does that mean? If you ain't talking money, don't call my line. That's Miami. Everything needs to be money related. And so we were thinking about, like, what's the double life of wearing a suit versus when you're casual? That's another thing I appreciate about the city of Miami. We make good money and we don't got to wear suits. How boring are the people that wear suits? And you know they're lying. That's the thing about Miami. They look extremely casual while they're lying. So we don't need the professionalism. We don't need to wear a suit and tie to let you know that money's about to be involved. And maybe you might get robbed or scammed. We like showing up in flip-flops and taking money. So when it comes to Miami branding, money always needs to be involved. We were also thinking about Florida Man being the #1 content creator in the city not in the city, I'm sorry, in the entire state of Florida. If you ever want to come up with really good quality viral content, just look at what my Florida Man is doing and then just follow that. because Florida Man is always up to no good. And if Florida Man doesn't have a camera crew following him around while he does Florida Man things, the cops will do it for them with their body cam. So no matter what, Florida Man will always be documented and his content will always be fire, whether it be him off-roading or being chased by cops in a broken down pickup truck from the 1990s to trading an alligator for some burgers at a drive-thru on a random morning. Anything the Florida Man does is quality content for everybody to share. Anybody all over the world can appreciate what Florida Man does. And if you want to come up with some content ideas, let's say you own a business and you don't know what kind of content to come up with, just look up Florida Man and try to do something as similar as possible in that context. You're going to come up with something that'll work. All right? But then, as we fast forwarded last night's episode, we then went to the most important part, or at least the part we were considering making a podcast episode about. The thing about this, though, hospitality in Miami is changing so drastically and I work in hospitality. I don't really do much shows in restaurants these days, but what's that Chris Rock joke that goes, grand opening, grand closing? That's kind of what's happening in Miami hospitality right now when it comes to the food industry. A lot of great concepts. Everybody out there wants to open a business, serve food, make a bunch of money, but the competition is too fierce, and also it's very difficult to put your name out there because there's so many options. Not only will you be hit by fee after fee by the city. Now, I've never owned a restaurant. Again, this is just me estimating. This is me shooting from the hip. I don't really know how it works or what to do. However, I know it's very difficult. I heard something about a grease trap. I don't know what that means. Maybe the place where you got to dump the grease after you cook something. And then you've got like a bunch of laws, zoning laws. The neighborhood charges different fees, a bunch of stuff. And then on top of that, let's say you do got the restaurant. Let's say you do got the property. Then you got a nice little team cooking and cleaning for you, serving up the people, making people feel comfortable, great hospitality service, all that stuff. But then what comes after that? You need to start getting into the marketing aspect of it. And you need to start hiring influencers to go into your restaurant, start serving up food, showing them how they bite it and nodding their head. And that runs up another bill. So not only do you got to get started, but then you also got to market it and you got to feed people while you're marketing. Shout out to all the foodie influencers in Miami, man. What a great business model. Not only do you get paid, but you also eat. And there's no way you eat everything they serve you as a foodie. Have you seen the kind of food they've been serving the foodies? From 3 different appetizers to 5 different dishes to 3 desserts, a milkshake, and a bunch of cocktails. Now that's what I call eating. That's better than the family meal. Oh, man. Yeah, there you go. All right, that's a good one. Foodies eat like they're getting the whole family meal. So the hospitality industry right now in Miami, man, it's like a lot of great ideas, a lot of people trying to break in, but you really need to have very deep pockets and not like a mom and pop kind of restaurant. That stuff doesn't work in Miami. You need to be well known somewhere else. You need to come up with a really cool concept in another city where it's safe to open a mom and pop restaurant. And then if that works there, try bringing it to Miami. But then what happens? Miami is a whole different beast when it comes to the kinds of customers that like to go out to eat. So let's say you got a great grilled cheese sandwich shop in Oklahoma, which I'm sure would make a killing. But if you try to bring a grilled cheese shop to Miami, it might not fly. You know what I mean? So I don't know what to expect when it comes to the foodie and hospitality industry in the city. So I was thinking about doing a podcast based on this, based on what we were talking about last night. And the only thing I can come up with, and if you guys can come up with anything, make sure you put it on the chat or in the comments. But I think the reason why Miami has such a difficult time in deciding whether a restaurant stays or goes is because everything has changed so drastically after the pandemic. I mean, we've got so many identities coming in here in floods. I mean, even when I do stand-up comedy, I look out in the audience and there's just people from all over the world, not even just other cities in America. Now it's just people in Canada pulling up, people from Germany and Belgium and Switzerland pulling up on us. And so when you go out to eat, we want a balance of something, but we don't know where the balance is. Like we want luxury, but we don't want it too expensive. We want locals, but we also want exclusivity. We want a place that has bad bitches and a place that has bad bitches. You know what I'm saying? But how many bad bitches is too many bad bitches? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you walk in and you know the places. You walk in, there's just bad bitches everywhere. And you know that a sushi plate is going to run you $100 just for being in the vicinity. If you can even go in the first place to those exclusive joints. Sometimes they don't even ask you how many. They just say reservations right at the gate, right on the front door. It's almost like lining up to go to a to a nightclub. And yeah, sometimes comedy shows are a little stacked too. Maybe we don't have enough seats, but I will always accommodate you. All right, if you see me on the front door, I will never deny you entry to a comedy show. Just know that. Just throwing it out there. So we've got that on the shelf. That might be a possibility for the new podcast episode. But I think we can do more. I think more can be done. So here, check out this thing, what I've been working on, man. Look how professional this is. Oh, my God. What? With the AI chat box right next to it? 2026, man. What month are we in? We're in the month of April. So that means we've got another 2/3 of the year to go. No, not even. We've got 3/4 of the year to go. It's only been a quarter in, and look at the advancements we have. Now we can look up stuff that's happening in Miami and talk to AI about it. And that's where you guys come in. If you're watching, shout out to all the people on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. I think according to what I'm seeing here, that's where it's happening. Okay. There we go. So, yeah, we're multi-streaming now. And I can't get on TikTok for some reason, man. TikTok just won't let me in. I can log in, but if I try to create a live stream on TikTok, it's like, oh no, this looks different. Our servers here in China don't like this. Why is someone from Miami trying to do a live stream after 5 years of having an account with us? So they don't let me in. However, I like Threads. Threads has a really cool what's trending in Miami, so let's start there. Let's look up Miami. Nuanu, Miami. All right. So for those that are joining or those watching the recording, if you see something that I missed, man, fill me in. I'm trying to build a community here of people feeding me the content because let's face it, man, sometimes AI can be hit or miss. You can come up with some really good stuff using AI, or sometimes it just throws you a curveball. You're like, why would you suggest that to the people of Miami? You know what I mean? And there's no better way to know what's really trending than by asking a human that's living the Miami life. And I'm not talking about like influencers. I'm not talking, those influencers, they're great and all when it comes to relaying information, but it's the locals. You know what I mean? Like the locals that get in like fights at a bar and then like they pull out their phones and start recording, or people that try to pick up a Miami girl and then you get that Miami girl response where the first thing they do is they ask you if you've got money before you even get to the next sentence. Like you just say hi and then the transaction is already started. That's the real Miami trend. Like what's going on based on what the locals are going through. So, all right, let's see. What the hell is High Rocks? Met 12 people at Miami Tech networking event last night. Everyone is a CEO. Nobody has employees. This city is incredible. I love this town. There you go. All right, that's a very Miami thing. So I think I know this guy. Miami Man Media responds to my stuff every once in a while. Hey, if you're watching, shout out to Miami Man Media. Yeah, everybody needs to be a CEO. Yeah. You know how easy it is to be a CEO? You don't need stock in a company. You don't need to invest millions of dollars. All you need to do is go on your About Me page and write CEO of whatever ChatGPT tells you to call your company. You think people are going to research that? No. Miami takes everything at face value. That's the beauty of our city. It's all about the surface. So yeah, you could be a CEO. Why? Because because the company is not profitable or it doesn't exist, you can't be a CEO. We use our imagination. This whole city is the Matrix. Why can't we add our own little twist to whatever lifestyle we want to live? If you want to be a CEO one day and a CEO the next day, Miami allows you to live that lifestyle. So yeah, we're all CEOs around here. I'm definitely a CEO and a COO. What's the marketing name? Chief Marketing? Yeah, CMO too. I got all 3 titles. Why? Because I said it. That's why I have it. And then, all right, let's look at the comments here. Crushed Leather says, and 10 of them are scammers. Yeah, of course. You can't be a CEO in Miami unless you're scamming. That's the only way. If you got to put it in your resume, you got to put it on the About Me page. If you go to a LinkedIn profile for a business based off the city of Miami, it needs to look a little shoddy. It needs to look like there's something, maybe something vague, something not well explained. Something, something to give it that Miami flavor. But nonetheless, money might be still involved. Ask to see their P&L sheets. There ain't no P&L sheets. The P&L sheets is a vibe. I made $500 today, but I spent $1,000 at the club last night. I'm negative $500. I need to go hustle for the next 5. That's the P&L sheet in Miami. Simple. Math off the top of the dome. There you go. All right, so look, we'll leave a response. There you go. Look at that, live and on stream. Nobody has employees. Nobody has employees. Where am I? And nobody is an employee. Everything is virtual now. I think if you have too many employees in your business, I think that's shady. You know what I mean? Especially if you're relatively unknown. If you're Meta, I understand why you got to have employees at that scale. But if you're in a business and you're the CEO of that business and you got way too many employees, what's going on, man? You can't be cost effective. You're surely not paying them enough to live in the city. Maybe they're all remote workers in India. Maybe a virtual assistant. But I think nowadays, if you run a company, let's say that's like less than a year old, everything needs to be virtual now, man. Having a team will probably prevent you from making some money, in my opinion. Because you got to prevent yourself from making the money you make in the first place, right? Because you got to split it with people. I don't know. I've worked with virtual assistants before, but then after like AI started coming around, everything changed, man. Like even stuff like this. Let's ask AI. All right, summarize page. Masters of their own domain. Isn't that that's what I'm saying? Like a real business owner is a manifester. Emphasis on Manny. Many commentators imply scamming or exaggeration. 10 of them are scammers. CEO with no employees, CEO of their IG page. That's right. This one right here. That's the one. That's actually really good. I know what they're saying. So they're saying like they treat their Instagram page like the business itself. Okay. Yeah, that's a good angle. Jokes about asking for P&L sheets. Implies people are guessing their worth socially. Well, that's what makes Miami. The reason why Miami is known for having a lot of money is because everyone can say it on social media, and then it's shown by people that actually live that life, or at least can afford a temporary version of that life, right? Like if somebody can get a Lamborghini for a day, you create like 60 clips of you in that Lamborghini. You talk about your business, you talk about your ambitions, you talk about you, right? You record the content. All you got to do is have a bag of clothes to change, maybe some sort of pomade to change your hair on every scene. And then you've got like a month or two worth of content in that car. And then when you rent the next car, It's a whole different one. So it looks like you're even more successful because you got another car. Yeah. So shout out to Miami Man Media for being so insightful about CEOs in Miami. But let this also be a lesson, man, that you too can be a CEO. What are you waiting for? Don't let your cynicism prevent you from reaching your goals. Go out there and make it happen. And it all starts off by believing in yourself and letting the people know that you believe in yourself by making a public statement that you are a CEO. That's all it takes. Even a CEO of your Instagram page is good enough for us. We'll take it. Okay? All right, so let's get into dating. And of course, the ladies get involved with this one because it's never their fault. It's never the ladies' fault when it comes to dating in Miami. No. They didn't choose those partners. Those partners just came to them and convinced them, right? So let's see. Miami is not for settling down. If you want to find your person, there's a slim chance they are in Miami. Now, as somebody that has gone on dates with toxic people and has seen toxic behavior, I think if you're not toxic in the city of Miami when it comes to dating, you are not evolved enough to find somebody special. Now, that's just my opinion. Because the same way in the Galapagos Islands, when you see a bird and the beak has changed slightly so that it can start pecking at the food in order for it to survive, is the same way you got to be toxic in the city of Miami to have a good love life / sex life around here. Because everybody here is pursuing the next thrill, the next big thing, the next trending thing, if you will. And so what happens? If you're not toxic, people are going to scam you. Your Rolex is going to be missing. You're going to trust them enough to open a joint account. The next year, they dump you, and then they get all that money, or they break your heart, or they sleep with your bestie, or whatever. It's all about the evolution. So we need it. Guys, you got to get a fade. You got to get a gold chain, and you got to show on the gram. You got to do things like stare at the ground, right? Maybe put a Drake quote or a Jack Harlow quote on the captions to let them know you serious, right? About your bag. And it's the same thing with the ladies. Every time. I'm scared to go into the search function of this page right now because it's probably going to be a bunch of women in bikinis. And I promise you that I don't look these women up. The algorithm just says, hey, you from Miami, this is you. Here's some lust to have some temptation over. So if the guys are out there, you know, looking like reggaeton backdrop actors, and the ladies are looking like reggaeton backdrop dancers, what are you going to get? You're going to get a concoction of people out there looking to use other people. And that's the dating life. If you're not a part of it, you ain't going to succeed in it. What are you going to do? You're going to go to church with somebody that lives the Miami lifestyle? That's not going to work. So what you're complaining about is natural human selection. Natural selection for humans, if you will. Wow. So dating for long-term is hard. You should consider North Texas. I don't want to find my person. There you go. See, this guy is honest. Is it a guy? Yeah. Yeah. You look, this is a new thing I'm picking up about guys when it comes to dating. Finding your person as a guy can be difficult, man, because it's a liability. You know what I've realized, and this is just my personal experience. I don't want to come out there saying like I'm all high and mighty and that I know what's going on. All right, this is my personal experience. I've realized that like if you find somebody as a man, the liability, let alone dating, is expensive enough. Imagine getting in a relationship, like a serious one. It's just too much. Your attention needs to be directed elsewhere. Your money is then spent on things that probably don't even have anything to do with you. It's just to keep somebody happy and maintained. And if she's a baddie, what's going to end up happening? Everybody wants her. So you got to keep that maintenance going. It's almost like you're getting a BMW. And you know how like a BMW oil change or a part or something is like more expensive than it should be? It's the same with Miami girls. If you get yourself a Miami girl, the maintenance and the parts to keep that thing running is just too much of a liability. So that also is a detriment to finding a person in the city. Everyone is way too hot, way too successful, and it just doesn't work. It doesn't work for nobody. So just go out there, have a drink, get a one-night stand, or do a situationship to practice. Let the time go by, and then when you're 40 years old, you'll figure it out. When the time goes by and your prime years are out the window, you'll find that special somebody, because there's no more obstacles. Reality has set in. Retirement is right around the corner, and then you're good. So yeah, let's ask AI. Let's ask AI to summarize this thing. Yeah, long term in Miami, man, that's just not going to work. I don't think so. I've even met people that have really good personalities in Miami, and they're corrupted. It's over. It's a wrap. It's like, oh wow, you're a really cool person, and as you get to know, it's like, oh shit, Miami has got to you. Miami is framed as party-centric, money-driven, more suited for short-term fun than stability, and that's why everybody moves here. That's what it's for. So if you move to Miami hoping to find a partner, is that really on us, or is that on you? We're out here doing our thing. And if you want to find somebody to love, maybe, the same way they have passport bros, maybe it's time to have passport gals. Go out there, find somebody that is making ends meet in a simple, honest way, happy of the life they live. And then you can go off into the sunset with them, settle down, and start a family. But if you're out here trying to pursue long-term relationships with somebody you met at a yacht, that's on you. That is on you. I'm not going out here pursuing relationships with somebody I met in the VIP section, because I know why she's there. I am not surprised that is not a long-term relationship. This is just denial. This is cope and denial post. All right? All right, let's see what else we got. All right, looking for Miami people that can tell me some good local spots. Sable and Wynwood, cafe during the day, vinyl lounge at night. Which vinyl lounge? I know some good ones. Oh, yeah, that's right. Sable is the brand new vinyl lounge. I also like Dante's Hi-Fi. And what's the name of that place in downtown? Miami Sound Bar. Yeah, so I like that local feel. It's a little more premium, but the music is really good. I mean, everybody knows the Miami Sound's already getting played out, right? You kind of want something a little different. Those 3 spots I would recommend as well. Let's go ahead and like that. That's a good one. Barra Callao, Mark's, Tam Tam, Panya Thai, Kato. I don't even know these places. Okay. So Josiah Heats has some deep cuts. All right, let's see. I've never heard of these places. Okay, Doggies at Epa Bar, I know. That's in Coral Gables. That's a good one. Shifu Dukang, Drinking Pig. Drinking Pig just opened, right? I think. Coney Burger, I know. Ghee, I don't. Dumpling King. Awash. All right, you know what? We got to do some research here. All right. Let's see. All right, Barakaya. All right, so this is a ceviche spot. You know what? This can probably feed into the. Oh, this is deep. Okay, yeah, it's up there. All right. Mark's. Check out Mark's. Pizzeria. Okay. In Miami Beach. All right. Tam Tam sounds familiar. Oh, yeah, I know Tam Tam. Yeah, Tam Tam has great food. In downtown, all right. I got a story about Tam Tam. I went there for the very first time not too long ago. And I tried some curry beef or short rib something. I sat at the bar thinking like, oh man, this is gonna be a terrible experience. It was way too slammed. It was slammed, but for some reason, I was still able to get a spot. They gave me a spot at the bar, and even though I was like cramped in, and it was like shoulder to shoulder with like people, the food was so good I didn't even mind. When you eating cramped in, but it's like you're so good, like you're just eating it with like enthusiasm and gusto. Man, shout out to Tam Tam. The food is so good, the experience was amazing, even though I was uncomfortable the whole time. That's it. Yeah, Tam Tam is great. Highly recommend it. All right, so let's keep going. Looking for Miami people for some local spots. Looking for micro influencers in Miami. Want to attend an event with the biggest streamers in the U.S. Oh shoot! So is this like some sort of? This sounds like a setup. Let's see. I'm down. Yes, please. Still looking. Is this soccer related? Oh, Carlos football total. I don't know, man. When it comes to live stream, there's a lot of issues when I see people doing live stream, man. Like if somebody ever says, "Hey, we're gonna be shooting an afters, and there's gonna be a live streaming crew," I'm thinking, who's gonna get knocked out on camera to get engagement? What's going? Am I gonna get slapped by somebody, or am I gonna get tackled by some sort of streaming celebrity's bouncer? If I get an invitation to go to a streaming event, I'm not going because I know what it takes to keep streamers, the viewership spiking. You know what I mean? Like you gotta do some sensationalism stuff. You gotta like audition for somebody, or you gotta get into a conversation where you look stupid in it. Hey, you want a drink? Yeah, sure, I'll get a drink. We don't allow broke boys in here. Hey, somebody get this guy out of here. Oh, why? He asked me if I wanted a drink. What the? This is a setup. All right. When was this? Oh, this was in March. All right. So this is interesting. Amina Ojeri says, I need more entrepreneur creative friends in Miami. I'm so over the girls who just want brunch and club all the time. Been there, done that. And those things are fun. I'm in an era, the soft girl era. I know this. My soft girl era. Building my business and my mindset. I've heard this before. Every girl I've dated recently is going through a soft girl era. And when you go through a soft girl era, I can't help but think, like, what did you do? What happened? I'm there too. I'm not even going to lie. I'm messing. Yeah, I've also been in a situation where I'm like, yeah, I gotta stop living this Miami life, man. I've been a hermit for the last few months. Shameless plug. While I was in hermit mode, I built a business, a little side hustle called comedycalendar.com. And if you want to go to comedy shows anywhere in the city, check out the project. You can just use the search bar, say what city you're going to, bam, comedy shows available to purchase. All right. 100% locked in. I'm ready to have accountability partners, cafe brainstorming sessions, chill vibes to decompress. I understand why a lot of successful people talk about how they had to do it alone. Everyone talks about wanting a different life, but the actions don't match. Yep. All right, let's summarize this. I can touch on this. I've been through this little phase. I'm still kind of going through it. A little more confidently, though. All right. Someone finally realized Miami isn't just a 24/7 tequila commercial. I gotta give AI a shout out, man. AI has been getting really good with the sarcasm and the satire and the cynicism. It's talking better now. But I remember when AI used to be like a little more woke, like, oh well, this person is obviously going through it and trying to figure things out. Yeah, this person realized this ain't a tequila commercial. Hey, all right, yeah, you got it. Wants entrepreneur and creative friends seeking deeper growth and oriented friendships. What they're moving away from, party-centric Party-centric lifestyle, clubs, current mindset, building a business, personal development. Yeah, you know, personal development in Miami, man. That's personal development in Miami is a completely different game. And I'll tell you why. Because temptation is always there. If you want to become a better person while living in the city of Miami, do you know the kinds of things you need to power through in order to maintain that streak? That's a lot of work, man. If you try to go sober in Rhode Island, fine. If you try to go sober in Miami, it's impossible. You got all your friends with 5 different things to do in one night. You go on a date, you got to drink. Well, you can't do something nice, right? Like that lady was saying in the other post. Oh, why can't I find a long-term partner? Those are the kinds of people that don't need alcohol to hang out with you. Here in Miami, it's short-term. Let's get drunk and see what happens. So whether you hang out with friends, you go on dates, even if this person were to meet somebody and talk shop about business and personal mindset, you're going to do it during a happy hour. Oh, man. So, yeah. Self-development in Miami is a whole different level. You know what? That's a good one. Let's put that on the in the back end here. It's a whole different game. So let's riff on how self-development in Miami is a whole different game because everyone and everything is all about stopping development from happening. Yeah, you might think like going to a yacht party sounds like some like a person that's self-developing would go to. No. That's gonna lead to you getting drunk, shaking ass, or like if you're a guy, that's gonna lead to you dropping $1,000, maybe another $1,000 if a girl gives you a price to take her off the boat, go somewhere with her. It's just there's no self-development in the Miami lifestyle, man. It's hard. You need to be. I want a monk. That's it. There's the angle. I want a monk to come to the city of Miami. I'm talking about those monks that are out there in the mountains somewhere, talking about old Tao scriptures or whatever, to come do that lifestyle in the city of Miami. That monk is going to be posting social media content of him getting someone's ass shaken on him at a club somewhere within the first 48 hours, for sure. If he even pulled a bender within that 48 hours. There's going to be no sleep. That monk is going to be drawn into the Miami lifestyle immediately. As soon as he gets out of that plane. You know what? That's it. I want to see a monk. I want to see the Dalai Lama stuck in Miami traffic on a Tuesday at 5 p.m. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that. Like, what would that be like to see somebody that's going through a self-development, personal journey? Go to Miami and see if you've got the same discipline when you're around here in these parts. Oh, it's easy to be disciplined when you're on top of a mountain, right? There's nothing to do. Everything's quiet. There's no girl with a BBL, you know, on your timeline. Nothing like that happening. Bring that energy here to Miami and watch how fast you'll break that discipline. So you're trying to become your best self in a city engineered like a theme park for your worst decisions. That's right. Most cities, let's build a life. Miami, let's build a vibe and ignore the consequences. Exactly. If you're not doing actions that lead to consequences, you're not living that Miami life no more, man. It's a wrap. What time is it? We still good? How are we doing in time? All right, let's do 15 more minutes. I got a show tonight. It's 8 o'clock. By the way, if you're watching this on a Monday or a Friday, thank you, Miami Comedy Nights over in Little Havana. You can watch this virtual show done live in front of an audience, stand-up comedy style. Okay? Anyways, here's a bit. According to AI, trying to meditate in Miami is like trying to pray in a nightclub bathroom. You're technically doing it, but spiritually, nothing is landing. Angle 2. Everyone is working on themselves socially. In other cities, self-development looks like books, habits, skills. Shout out to Cody Risner. He says the only self-development in Miami, the monk in the section with the bottles day one. Not even day. What do you mean day one? Hour one. Especially if he's on a red-eye flight. If that plane lands at 1, 2 a.m., what's there to do around here? You're ending up at the club. And they're probably going to let you in with that outfit too because it's going to look good on the gram. It's like, look who pulled up to Club Space. And it's going to be some monk wearing some traditional robe and beads or whatever. Like, oh, this is going to look great. All the people that go to Club Space look like they're monks. Hey, all right. It's all over the feed. That's actually a great one. To do a skit of what it would be like to be a monk. I got to find some sort of like monk outfit. Right? And like it should be pretty simple. I got to do. I got to go on Amazon and just find a brown robe. All right. Seems like a skit that's possible to do. Discipline makes you look suspicious. I'm not drinking tonight. I think I'm better than you. Yeah, that's true. What are you, a cop? Yeah. All right, I like that angle. Yeah, discipline makes you look suspicious. Like, what are you up to, bro? Why? Dopamine economy. Everything is designed to spike you. Food, women, money flexing, music, weather. It's not just a distraction. It's a high quality distraction. I wouldn't call it high quality. I would call it, it just feels good, man. Like all temptation, when you submit to temptation in the city of Miami, man, let me tell you, it feels amazing. Like only when it's happening. Right? But then it reaches a peak that anything that happens after that peak, it just, you feel awful. You know, so yeah, you've been there when you're blacking out and you end up hanging out with a group of people you've never seen before in your life. And you're like, why am I in this parking lot drinking a Four Loko right now? That's when you've peaked hours ago. Angle 6, you either lock in or blend in. The real reason you want growth, the city wants performance, is to become disciplined and look. So you either become disciplined and look weird, or blend in and stay average, but look lit doing it. Yeah, so that's another thing about self-development in Miami. It's not really for like personal gain. Self-development in Miami is not really for what's the word I'm looking for? All right, let's just do it like this. Self-development in Miami is really more just to flex. Is really more to flex on people. You know? So like if you're disciplined in like working out, you know you're gonna post the photo of you doing the flex in the mirror with no shirt on. Maybe in front of a car, maybe in a beach somewhere on a yacht, right? So yeah, self-development in Miami is the main goal is to flex, right? And from my understanding, in my limited attempt at trying to self-develop, you're just trying not to be behind, or at least be self-sufficient enough. But when you do it in Miami, it's to bag a baddie in the bag. To bag a bag and a baddie. Let's keep going here. The lone wolf arc. Now the deeper layer, you start cutting off distractions and suddenly fewer invites, smaller circle, more silence. Damn, maybe this is why people say they had to do it alone. lone wolf energy doesn't really fly. If somebody is introverted in the city of Miami, I don't really think that they're gonna go too far. Or no, I take that back. If someone's, if you might as well live in any other city if you are a lone wolf. I mean, you can make things happen. I've seen myself. I mean, like I said, I'm in hermit mode right now, and I'm definitely a lot more introverted than I've been before. I mean, I wish I could just show you a before and after of me like here creating content, and then it just cuts to me like going like this with bottle service and sparklers behind me to show you just the contrast that I've been going through lately. But in this case, being a lone wolf could probably be more effective elsewhere. Or, Miami is all really just like it. You got to post it on the ground. It's got to be social. They call it social media for a reason, right? You're not a lone wolf on social media. Doesn't matter how much you look at the ground or try to act like you're brooding in a photo, you're doing it for some sort of validation, and you're trying to be social. So, yeah, Miami's definitely a social city, and introverts can do what they do here in another city. There you go. That's a way better way to word it. This is strong for your live scrolling concept. Trying to self-improve in Miami, good luck. Miami versus your potential. The city is designed to distract you. Why discipline feels illegal. Scroll posts like the one you showed. Okay. All right. Now it's just telling me how to do my show. I do my show the way I want, AI. Okay. I'm not asking you to tell me how to do the show. I'm just asking you to give me some content ideas to riff off of. All right. Let's keep going. Miami looking to connect with people in the health and wellness industry, nightlife and events, musicians and creators, photographers and videographers. I want someone to play Mario Kart. See, this is simple. Right there. This is going to happen. You know this is going to happen. If you've got somebody, especially if it's a female, asking to play video games out in public, it's either, number one, there's an OnlyFans link in her bio. Number two, it's probably a setup. You're probably going to get robbed. And number three, there will be a link instantly as a response to your DM, and that link will lead to PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. I guarantee you one of those three things has occurred to everybody that has messaged regarding this inquiry. All right. And of course, guys are coming in here thinking that this is a legit request. As long as you understand, I won't let you win. All right, let's see if AI is smart enough to know what's going on here. Here we go. A whole social ecosystem built around driving, violence, and inspiring. User expresses desire to find someone in Miami to play Mario Kart with. Tone is casual, playful, and social. Competitive, interest, social invites, local references, overall vibe. Playful, competitive, slightly flirty. There it is. All right, at least it picked up the signal. Mix of online and in-person gaming interest. How do I enable mic? All right, I'll enable it next time. I think one of three things will happen. Either there's an OnlyFans link in bio. It's a setup to get robbed, or any DMs will be replied with a link to PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. You've lived in Miami long enough, your brain isn't paranoid. It's just experience. There's actually something funny and real sitting in what you said. Let's break it down. OnlyFans funnel. I just want to play Mario Kart. Bio link. Suddenly $9.99 to unlock Rainbow Road. Hey, AI is actually getting funny, man. Hey, AI's come a long way, bro. Payment first friendship. Send $20 to reserve your spot. Bro, it's Mario Kart, not Ultra Music. Ultra Music is nowhere near $20. What's actually funny here? Innocent asks, let's play Mario Kart, Miami translation. This is a business opportunity, crime scene or subscription model. And that's good marketing. I'm not even mad at that because it's not going to affect me. I know what's happening here. The poor guys in these comments have no idea what's going on. Some guys even requesting to go to Glitch, the new bar with the video games. You really think a female in Miami wants, no, they want to go to those high-end places that's going to run you up $300 for 2 people. There's no way. Trust issues as a lifestyle. In other cities, you get ghosted. In Miami, you get invoiced. I like that angle. And then when you pay the invoice, you get ghosted. Sketch idea. Trying to make friends in Miami. UDM, let's play Mario Kart. She replies with a link. 25 to confirm. All right. So that's where AI is a little lackluster when it comes to comedy writing. Hey, why don't you do something like this? You send a DM and then you get a link back. Huh? That's exactly what I said would happen. Oh, okay. All right. What time is it? All right. We'll do one more. Oh, I know Kayla. Not gonna roast you, Kayla. Where are the people in their 30s going to Miami nightlife? All right, we can definitely have fun with this one. Roaming with Romy. That's actually a cool name. Says, where are the people in their 30s going for Miami nightlife? I frequented Wynwood in my early mid-20s, and I feel like I've outgrown it. Any recs or spots with an older, sophisticated crowd and good music, bonus points if they play house. You really think an older and sophisticated group of people in Miami are going to stop going to Dirty Rabbit or Mad Club or whatever? No. That's where the fun is. What do you think what are you going to do? Go to jazz night? There's a reason why jazz night is on a Tuesday, Wednesday. Friday, Saturdays is for perreando, no matter how old you are. I'm surprised I'm not seeing enough people in wheelchairs or crutches going in there because it doesn't matter your age. Everybody at every age wants to get grinded on. And that's what Miami is known for in the nightlife. You're going to get grinded on by somebody that you don't need to know their name for. It could be anonymous. In your 30s, Miami nightlife starter pack. Mila. I like this. This is a good one. In your 30s, Miami nightlife starter pack. Mila Lounge, Jolene, Giselle, Mode Miami, Casaneos, basically where everyone goes once they retire from Wynwood. I disagree about the retirement in Wynwood. Wynwood just becomes one of the other options you can have access to in your 30s. Okay? Because I've seen people in their 40s absolutely crushing it at these nightclubs and bars in Wynwood. You've seen them. 40-year-old guy, salt and pepper hair, still going in there, putting his arm around women, and they're taking selfies with the guy. Why? Because he's a chef somewhere, or he owns a restaurant, or he's got a nice car parked out. Whatever the case may be, these old people in Miami know exactly what they're doing, and they're probably in a better position. What are you going to do? You think you're just going to grind on somebody that goes to Miami-Dade College? No. You want somebody that's established, and that's somebody in the 30s, 40s, 50s. The older they are in Miami, the more likely it'll look good on the gram because you're with somebody, especially if they were born and raised in Miami, because we had to evolve around here in order to make some money. And if you haven't figured it out in your 40s or 50s, that's when you move out. Okay? If you're not somebody in your 40s and 50s in the city of Miami, this city is no longer for you. You need to retire. But if you're in your 40s and your 50s and you're popping at that age, you can go to any club in Wynwood. All right? Let middle-aged men enjoy the perks of their success. All right? 401k cash out is right around the corner. Let them do their thing. Yeah. All right. Done with my rant here. Let's see what AI has to say. Dante's Hi-Fi. Like it. Jolene? So going to Wynwood is frowned upon in your 30s, but not Jolene. It's the same thing. It's just instead of reggaeton, it's electronic music. Oh, so the genre makes it older? Is that what you're implying here? I disagree wholeheartedly. Floyd is for more of the counterculture. I mean, I've seen some really cool DJs play there, and I like the vibe. Smaller, yeah, it's intimate, right? Floyd is where you go and you make out on the first date. That you take them to Floyd. All right, lounge social scene. Lions Den, haven't been. Soundbar, the one in downtown. Mode, used to do comedy shows there. Rest in peace, The Killing Joke. Zay Zay, I like it. Zay, I do like it. They've got a good selection of performers there. So it's different, and I appreciate that. But I don't really think Zay is just for 30 and 40-year-olds. I think there's a lot of 20-year-olds that go there too. You know, some the kinds of Miamians that appreciate certain tastes. Upscale, aka wallet damage. Mila Lounge. Dead Flamingo. Dead Flamingo is all ages. Of course, 21 and over. Shout out to Will. Wild card option. Club Space. Oh, is that the wild card? Is that the honorable mention? No, Club Space. There's a reason why they have morning time clubbing, because they know that their market are the people that do yoga and Molly within the 24 hours of the day. Yeah. Club Space is all around the best option for anyone 21 and over. All the way down to even if you're in hospice, you could probably end up there and have a good time before you go. Just tell the nurse and the staff to wheel you in there. They'll let you in, and then guess what? Great marketing once somebody hits the record button on you and you've got that Ivy thing as you're trying to get into the middle, front and center of the DJ. It's a good way to go, right? All right, that's it. I think we're good. I think we captured enough content. So, yeah, this is how we're going to be doing. This is how we're going to do the writing of the Miami Comedy Pod. This was an experiment. I just wanted to go on live, riff with the people. Shout out to all the people watching. Oh, look at that. I completely forgot I put the chat in the bottom corner there. Yeah, so this is an experiment. This is just the beta live stream as we experiment even more to see how we can bring in some sort of like social curation, something that's trending, something that's topical in the city of Miami, and then just create some content out of it, whether it be the podcast itself, whether it be a skit or some one-liners. And if you guys want to participate in the live stream, just DM me, reach out to me. I'll let you know the next time I'm able to do it. I'm trying to come up with a schedule to be more consistent. So shout out to all the people for supporting. Shows coming up Mondays and Fridays. Thank you, Miami Comedy Night, 9 p.m. Tuesdays and Saturdays. No, Mondays and Fridays. Thank you, Miami. Tuesdays and Saturdays, Blackbird, Ordinary, and Brickell. Great nightlife option, by the way. All right. 30s, 40s, and 50s. Okay, if you're old and you still want to have a good time, highly recommend Blackbird Ordinary, especially if you show up on time. And those shows are for people in their 30s and 40s because you got to wake up early and be responsible in the morning. I got you covered. That's Tuesdays and Saturdays. And then I'm thinking about the live stream maybe on Wednesdays. Make sure you join the Miami Comedy VIP membership so you guys can get some drink perks as well as be able to be a virtual guest while we do these podcast recordings. Not this one. Again, this is just the live stream version. We're going to do an official recording real soon. I was just coming up with some content, and I want to thank you for coming along for the funny ride. I'll see you next time, Miami. Have a great week.